Most of us were never taught to be with discomfort. We're taught how to get rid of it, manage it, or distract ourselves from it. That distraction piece, I'll have a lot more to say about that in other videos, but we're really good at that. This is what our different parts that are, have roles, different roles in our system to protect us from the discomfort, as though it's going to be death. And some of these parts can really believe that. Current discomfort often is signaling past danger, not present harm. So one of the things that I guide people in and what's helped me is to realize where I am now in current present time, because most of the things that trigger, anxiety and stress and things like that in the body are from the past. They definitely can be future oriented as well. But for as long as we've lived in our current body, like, for us adults, we've had some experiences and our parts have learned from those experiences. They're trying to help prevent it from ever happening again. They don't want us to feel that again. But the tricky thing is if we live on the edge in a level of like hypervigilance of some sort, then we're scanning, trying to make sure those things don't happen. Now, can that be a really helpful thing? Absolutely. But to the point where our nervous system's ramped up a little bit or a lot all the time because it's scanning for those threats, then in the same moments, we're not going to be able to experience the calm, the ease, the joy, the flow that so many of us would really like to experience. And again, we're doing nothing wrong. It's just a matter of learning what is going on in my system of parts. There's nothing wrong with any of my parts. They have a reason for what they do. And we can get to know specifically even what those reasons are. And I guide people to that, but I just want to mention that really quickly. But the main focus of this video is to really, like, what do we do with this then? So if we don't want to shut it down and we're not going to try to fix it, then what am I suggesting? It's not about forcing yourself to feel. It's not about sitting in pain endlessly and suffering, and it's not about pushing through. There are times where we have to do that. There are times where we're like in the middle of something and we're trying to, take care of things. And that's what compartmentalization and stuff, right? We've got parts that will help us do that, which is great, right? They all have a purpose. So, but allowing yourself to experience a sensation like anxiety without interpreting it. We automatically have assumptions about it, and that'll come from a part of us. It's like, oh, here this is again, and we immediately buy into that belief. We can learn how to allow the body to lead us into peace. If the body's allowed to feel, it will feel whatever it needs to feel, and if we don't rush in to escape that. Sometimes I think of the, reference to like riding a wave. A wave builds and then it has, right? It builds, and then it will, sometimes if it's on the shoreline, crash onto the shore and it's released. If we allowed ourselves to really feel feelings in a safe way, obviously, if we can learn how to be with these feelings and feel these feelings, that they're not here to harm us. So we stop judging, it cannot feel like a threat. Then we allow ourselves to experience whatever is here. The one I often experience is the anxiety in the chest. And I used to, and it can still come in, but now I've learned and I've now been able to shift my response to it so that I immediately just put my hand wherever that sensation is, often for me in my chest. And I just notice it. And I have practiced being with it, that curiosity, wanting to comfort, but not make it stop, not tell it that there's anything wrong or that it needs to go away. Holding loving awareness is so powerful. And this isn't a technique. Could be considered a little mini technique or a little process, but It's the intention behind where we place our focus. If I'm over here and something's wrong, stop, fix, go away, versus, oh, okay, I notice what's here. I notice these sensations. I know it's not here to hurt me. It's not here to take me down. To choose the pause. Pause creates space. Space to choose another option. Space to get another idea even. Space to ask a question. This way of responding doesn't promise relief. And this video is not about how to relieve anxiety. I want to be clear. I'm not here to help you fix your anxiety. I'm here to help you remember and realize. There's so much more going on here within us and for us than we realize, than we think we know. Most of our assumptions are often incorrect. And in this example of anxiety, I was told many years ago, yep, you're always going to be anxious. Sometimes we're told it's inherited or whatever the reasons are named of the why. But wow, when we expand beyond those possible realities and we can choose whatever reality we want, that I no longer choose to believe, because I know now it's here for me. It's just a communication from some part of me. Maybe it's intuition trying to get my attention to slow down. There's probably infinite, possibilities of what the meaning could be, but not through the searching, but through the curiosity. And when we're ready to hear it and know it, maybe that's what helps us get to experience that. I don't have all the answers. I'm sharing some of my experience. Take or leave whatever resonates, or take what resonates, I should say. Leave the rest. And it's okay to be right where you are. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.